My God, Sophie's a problem. She doesn't just play, she elevates everyone the moment she hits the hardwood. Honestly, even from the bench, the energy shifts. It took just one game in a Fever jersey to make it clear. A star wasn't born. She arrived. With Caitlyn Clark watching from the sidelines, Sophie Cunningham made her Indiana Fever debut. And let's be honest, Fever fans got more than their money's worth. Grit, buckets, swagger, defense, hustle, leadership. She didn't fill a role. She owned it. The fans felt it. Her teammates fed off it. And yes, the haters definitely noticed. This wasn't a fluke. It was a preview. And if this is just the beginning, Sophie's about to become Indiana's newest obsession and the rest of the league's recurring nightmare. Analysts called her an underrated pickup, and now we've got the receipts. The fact that opponents are already targeting her, that's the biggest compliment there is. They feel her presence. She's under their skin, and the season hasn't even started. Let's break it all down. The on-court grit, the off-court vibes, and why Sophie might be the X factor that not only protects Caitlyn Clark, but also propels the Fever into a new era. But first, drop a like in the comments if you're already riding the Sophie wave. I didn't come for the spotlight, I came to win. That's Sophie, in her own words. She arrived in Indy with a rep, tough as nails, dead-eye from three, and never afraid to speak her mind. Fever fans loved her immediately, and not just because of her cheeky joke about being the Sabrina Carpenter to Caitlyn Clark's Taylor Swift. What really sold it? From day one, Sophie went full ride or die for Caitlyn. While much of the league was awkward or even outright hostile about Clark's arrival, Sophie leaned in, proud, loud, protective. That energy matters, and it's why so many believe Sophie is going to be Clark's enforcer this season. Because let's be real, last year, Caitlyn got hammered with cheap shots and hard fouls, and barely anyone had her back. This year, try it. Sophie will be the first one in your face. It's not just about playing defense, it's about sending a message. You mess with Caitlyn, you answer to Sophie. More than muscle. Sophie the Hooper. Here's what a lot of people are missing. This wasn't just a toughness signing, it was a basketball one. And with just one game, we saw what Phoenix never unlocked. In Indiana's system, with Coach Stephanie White and a squad focused on winning, Sophie looks reborn. No longer boxed into a role that didn't fit, she's been given freedom, and that's dangerous for the rest of the league. Lexi Brown said it best. Sophie isn't a stretch four, she's a natural three. The Fever know that. They're playing her where she thrives, and it shows. She's versatile. She shoots. She defends. She hustles. Start her or bring her off the bench. She's the same spark plug. Culture shift. System fit. Fresh start. The move to Indiana wasn't just about X's and O's. It was about culture. There were rumblings in Phoenix, on-court tension, off-court friction. Reports of a political fallout with teammate Natasha Cloud made headlines. Cloud aired it out on TikTok. It got messy. So yeah, it's no surprise that Sophie said being in Indiana feels like a breath of fresh air. Here, it's about basketball, about competing, about winning, and she's thriving. Game 1, statement made. With Caitlyn out, Sophie took center stage and didn't flinch. 21 points, 8 rebounds, overtime win. But even more than the stat line, it was the presence. She was everywhere, cutting, moving, hitting shots, and playing with the kind of fire that makes crowds erupt and teammates lock in. She looked like the best player on the floor, and the crowd knew it. And so did the opponents. They were all over her. 2 flagrant fouls, constant chirping. Why? Because players like Sophie get under your skin. She's relentless. She's emotional. She cares. And it shows. When she took a hard hit, it wasn't just her who responded. DeWanna Bonner stepped in immediately. You could see it right there. This Fever team rides together. Haters gonna hate. But we see the bigger picture. Social media, of course, did its thing. Clips of Sophie getting knocked down were framed as wins for opposing fan bases. Some even celebrated the cheap shots. Let's be clear. That's not rivalry. That's ugly. But it also proves one thing. The Fever are a threat now. They've gone from building to boldly taking up space. Every team's circling their games on the calendar. Every arena is filling up. And players like Sophie are going to take the brunt of the hate so Caitlyn Clark and company can do what they came to do. Take over. The takeover has muscle. Now Sophie is here for all of it. The hits, the hate, the hard fouls. She thrives on energy, and she gives it right back. She's already building chemistry with the fans, feeding off their noise, and making Indiana's home court one of the most intimidating in the league. This isn't just a new chapter for Sophie Cunningham. It might be the best chapter yet. And when you look back at the Fever's rise, don't be surprised if it all started with her. She's the X factor, the enforcer, the underrated signing that might just turn into the biggest difference maker of the season. Drop a like in the comments if you're ready for the Fever era.
And at the end of the day, I work my tail off in the off season, and now this is my fun. I want to go out there, I want to smile, I want to laugh, I want to get the crowd involved, and that's just who I am. I'm an energy player, and at the end of the day, I'm going to do